Alright. Stenography. Oh. It's doing the optical illusion to me. What is it trying to tell me? What could the corners mean? There are 20 boxes. Is it a number? Why did they give me Morse code and binary when none of the puzzles use it? That's not Morse code, I don't think. Because there are more than 3 configurations. It's not binary. Could it be binary? Do these corners cut things off, or are they all symbolic of numbers or letters? The bottom left, they've all got, 3 of them have their top right corner cut off. In the bottom right, 3 of them also have that. In the middle line, 3 of them have the bottom left cut off. 4 of the top row have the top right cut off. Can these be interpreted as letters? Because that could possibly be A. Maybe, depending on how you look at it. Maybe that's like an R? I feel like it wants me to make shapes. But what if there's something else? That's what I'm thinking. How big are these letters? Are they 3 boxes? Are they 8? Is it the whole thing? Is it 10 letters? Are they numbers? How do you suppose you fit a 1 into there? There's no border. I don't want to use the hint, because I have all the time in the world. I don't need to rush through this game, even though I want to get this video out. This corner here looks odd. Maybe there's just 3 numbers in the middle there. I could not tell you what they are. Like, is that a 9? What is this then? A B? Backwards? But then what are these? Cube. I'm looking at this all wrong. What am I supposed to be seeing? She must be jealous. I keep thinking like I see something in these squares. But I think it's just my eyes. Because when I walk up, there's nothing in there. Because we already have Spy Suspected, Lenoir, Invisible Ink. Just some numbers. In plain sight, so it's not in plain sight. Chrono. Oh, it is open. That doesn't matter to me. I want to finish room 1. I'll be stuck on here until I succeed. Does it have something to do with the fact of the optical illusion with the dots? Dots seem to appear everywhere except for that space and that one. Do they? Obviously, I can't just look at where they appear. It's not how it works. It just looks like a bunch of 5s to me. Is that the answer? If I'm drawing a line, let's say I start here. L. But what about this? What does this mean when I start going down? It might be a 10-letter word. And maybe this is some kind of alphabet. Let's see if there's any repeating shapes. That and that one repeat. And it also repeats there. Those, that could be a vowel. What kind of vowel does it look like? Does it look like an A? It could look like a certain type of A. Does it look like an E? No. An I? I don't know what an I would look like. An O? No. A U? No. Let's assume that's A. So then what a U? You could be literally anything. Do you repeat anywhere? Yes. Right there next to the A, suspected. To the suspected A. Let's see. Now, what kind of cryptography word would use, like, suspicious? That is 10 letters. But that wouldn't follow my vowel rule. Let's type it in anyway. No. Okay. I didn't trust that reading anyway. Okay, I found what might be an A. What could this be? Could be an R, could be a B. Okay, let's see. B. No, there wouldn't be a round part at the bottom left. Could it be an O? No, it couldn't be an O. A wow is not a word. Q? No. That's an A, not a U. A, B, C, D, E, F. How would you even fit an I on here? I'm assuming none of these are I's. The more letters I say, the less likely this looks like an alphabet. How do you fit a K on here? How would you fit an M? Hang on, this doesn't make any sense. O, P. Okay, I'm gonna say this is not a word, and this is not an alphabet. So scrap that idea. It's some kind of number thing. Okay. 1. That could be a... There are no 2 solid squares next to each other. Never mind. Okay, 1. That could be a 2. That could be a 2. 2. Wait, didn't it repeat 3 times? Where's the 3rd? Did I hallucinate that? 1? No. 2? Nope. 3? Why would there be a bend on there? 4? I mean, it could be a 4, but why is there a bend? 5? There would be 2. There aren't enough bends. 6? No. 7? No. 8? No. 9. We need to rethink how we look at this. Could that theoretically be a 4? Maybe. Could be a 5. It doesn't look like a 5 to me, though. 7? Not a chance. 8? No. 9? No. 6? Maybe? I'm sure I'm blatantly incorrect. I wonder, where's the nearest park? Maybe I could go there. Okay, 1, 6, blank. What could that be? Is it a 3? No. Is it a 4? What would the notch on the bottom left be? Could it be a 5? It could. Let's just say it's a 5. make sure I put that in correctly. 21291165546. Maybe I'm trying to see something in the shapes that literally isn't there. If I tilt my head upside down. 16596. Okay, let's assume these aren't numbers, and they're just squares. Maybe they're drawing a line. There's some kind of message in here. Is the message corners? No. That was a guess. It's not binary. I've already checked that. Yeah, how can it be binary if there's more than just 1 and 0? There's 3 different shapes on here. Well, let me double check that. It's 11101, 10110, 11101, and 01111. Yes. Is your answer 95? No. Is your answer 2920 to 2915? No. Dang it. So, I have decided I'm going to look at this while I eat. See if something appears in the next half hour. if that was dash dash dash? Would that be a vowel? Cobal. Far too many consonants for that to mean a single thing. But the fact that those two lines are identical has to mean something. It is Morse code. This isn't ET. It's dot dash, which is A. Great, I'm stuck on this one.